You skipped breakfast. You pushed through hunger. You drank the black coffee, ignored the headache, and told yourself the deep cellular cleanup had finally started. But weeks passed. Your belly stayed soft. Your energy got weird. Your sleep got lighter. And the one thing you were promised, that magical internal repair switch, never seemed to show up. That's the part that hurts. Because you didn't fail fasting. You followed the rules people gave you. And here's the part nobody talks about. What if the very thing you were doing to trigger autophagy was the thing quietly blocking it? Not because your body is stubborn. Not because you lack discipline. Because your cells follow chemistry, not motivation. Most people think fasting is just about not eating. Just wait long enough, and the cleanup starts. Simple. Except your body isn't a timer. It's a city. A living, guarded, energy-sensitive city. And in that city, autophagy is the night cleanup crew. It doesn't show up just because the kitchen is closed. It shows up when the city gets the right signal. Here's the critical thing to understand. Your body has two major bosses. One says, build. The other says, repair. The builder is called mTOR. The repair alarm is called AMPK. When food is plentiful, mTOR stays loud. Build tissue. Store fuel. Keep construction going. When energy drops, AMPK rises. That's the signal that says, slow down. Recycle the damaged parts. Use what's already here. That recycling process is autophagy. Yoshinori Ohsumi won the Nobel Prize for helping reveal how this system works. Not as a wellness trend. As a basic survival program built into your cells. Your body wasn't designed to be fed every few hours. It was designed to switch modes. Build, repair, build again. That rhythm is health. That rhythm is what many people accidentally destroy. Here's what most people completely miss. Autophagy does not begin because you feel hungry. Hunger is a sensation. Autophagy is a permission state. Those are not the same thing. You can feel hungry and still be sending building signals. You can be fasting on paper while your cells are hearing, don't recycle. Something new just arrived. I know. That sounds strange. Stay with me, because this changes everything. Imagine a workshop at night. The machines are off. The repair crew is ready. Broken parts are stacked in the corner. But one foreman keeps barging in, flipping on the lights, and shouting, "Keep production moving." The cleanup crew freezes. Not because they're lazy, because the signal changed. That foreman is mTOR. And one of the fastest ways to wake him up is not always a full meal. Sometimes it's something much smaller. Something people barely count. Something marketed as harmless. Something many fasters sip proudly, because they think it protects muscle, boosts energy, or makes fasting easier. And this is where it gets dark. Because the sabotage is often invisible. No big plate. No obvious binge. No cheating feeling. Just a tiny input. A small daily ritual. A healthy shortcut. And inside the cell, that shortcut can land exactly where the autophagy switch lives. At the lysosome. The recycling hub. That's where nutrient signals are judged. That's where mTOR decides whether the cleanup crew gets in. What happened next surprised researchers. They found that certain amino acid signals don't just feed the body. They inform the cell that growth should resume. Which means the fasting window you thought was healing you may have been biologically noisy the whole time. Not ruined forever. Just interrupted. Again and again. Right before repair could deepen. Here's where it gets counterintuitive. The mistake is often not eating too much. It's whispering growth to the cell while trying to demand repair. And your cells obey the whisper, not your intentions. This was never your fault. You were taught to think in calories. Your cells think in signals. And once you see that, a lot of your frustration finally makes sense. The stalled weight, the wired hunger, the I fast all morning but feel no different confusion. Because if the repair crew never truly got the green light, then you were enduring the stress of fasting without getting the full reward. And the signal blocking autophagy is probably hiding in the one thing you still believe counts, as fasting. Pdx type ORSEM, and that signal has a name. Leucine. Not glucose. Not fat. Leucine. The amino acid hiding in BCAA powders, EAA drinks, collagen add-ins, protein coffee, fasting bars, and a lot of flavored wellness products people use during a fast. Here's the part nobody talks about. Leucine is one of the strongest growth signals your cells can receive. Research has shown it can activate mTORC1, the very pathway that suppresses autophagy. In one review, leucine appeared to be the most inhibitory amino acid for autophagy. That's the blind spot. You thought you were staying in repair mode. Your cells were hearing, materials delivered, restart construction. And the mechanism is brutally elegant. Leucine helps activate mTOR at the lysosome, the cell's control dock. Once mTOR turns on, it shuts down ULK1, the ignition key for autophagy. No ignition, no cleanup. That scoop in your shaker may look tiny. Inside the cell, it can be loud. And that's where everything changes. Because the solution is not to fast harder, it's to fast cleaner. Morning first. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. Do not eat again until at least 9 or 11 a.m. 12 to 16 hours is enough for most people. During that window, use only water, mineral water, plain black coffee, plain green tea, or unsweetened electrolytes with sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Why? Because you want insulin low, amino acids low, and AMPK rising without mixed signals. No collagen, no BCAAs, no EAAs, no protein creamers, no just 30 calories. Here's what changes everything. Take a 20-minute walk or do light resistance work near the end of the fast. Why? Because lower glycogen and muscular demand help reinforce AMPK. That nudges the body deeper into energy-sensing mode before your first meal. Midday next. Break the fast with real food. 3 eggs with spinach and mushrooms. Or sardines with olive oil, arugula, and lentils. Or Greek yogurt, chia seeds, walnuts, and berries if you tolerate dairy. Why? Because once the repair window has happened, you now want a deliberate rebuild window. Protein turns mTOR back on at the right time. Fiber slows the glucose rise. Polyphenols help reduce oxidative stress. Clean first. Rebuild second. Repeat. Evening matters more than people think. Eat your last meal 3 hours before bed. Choose salmon or tofu, broccoli or cauliflower, extra virgin olive oil, and a small sweet potato or beans. Why? Because earlier eating supports circadian rhythm, steadier overnight insulin, and a calmer next morning fast. Stop caffeine after 2 p.m. Why? Because bad sleep raises next-day hunger and makes clean fasting feel impossible. This is not one heroic act. It's stacked signals. A clean fast, a real rebuild, an early finish. Your body was never broken. It was protecting you according to the messages you kept sending. Change the messages, and the biology starts changing with you. And once you understand that autophagy is blocked more by the wrong signal than by the wrong number of hours, you're finally playing the real game. In the next episode, I'm going to show you the breakfast foods marketed as healthy aging that quietly keep mTOR elevated all day. And one of them is probably in your kitchen right now.